जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजना। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजना। यमुनतीरावनचारी। यमुनतीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना। यमुनतीरावनचारी। यमुनतीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद् हवाई चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय। श्रील व्यासदेव की जय। श्रील सुखदेव गोस्वामी की जय। परीक्षित महाराज की जय। श्रील सुत गोस्वामी की जय। शौनकादि ऋषिगण की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। सूत उवाच यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव। पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो विनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकं Adhyatmadipam atititirshitam tamondham Samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam Tam Vyasasunum upayami gurum muninam Mukam karoti vachalam Pangum langayate girim Yatkrpatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 18. Chapter entitled Maharaja Pariksit cursed by a Brahmana boy. Text 5. Tavat kalir na prabhave pravishtopi sarvataha yavad isho mahan urvyam abhimanyavaye karat tavat kalir na prabhave pravishtopi sarvataha yavad isho mahan urvyam abhimanyavaye karat tavat kalirna prabhavet pravishtopi sarvataha yavad isho mahan urvyam abhimanyavaye karat. Tavat, so long. Kalihi, the personality of Kali. Na, cannot. Prabhavet, flourish. Pravishtaha, entered in. Api, even though. Iha, here. Sarvataha, everywhere. Yavat, as long as. Ishaha, the Lord. Mahan, great. Urvyam, powerful. Abhimanyavaha, the son of Abhimanyu. Ekarat, the one emperor. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. As long as the great powerful son of Abhimanyu remains the emperor of the world, there is no chance that the personality of Kali will flourish. Purport. As we have already explained, the personality of Kali had entered the jurisdiction of this earth long ago, and he was looking for an opportunity to spread his influence all over the world. But he could not do so satisfactorily due to the presence of Maharaja Pariksit. That is the good way of government. The disturbing elements like the personality of Kali will always try to extend their nefarious activities. but it is the duty of the able state to check them by all means. Although Maharaja Pariksit allotted places for the personality of Kali, at the same time he gave no chance for the citizens to be swayed by the personality of Kali. Translation with repetition. As long as the great powerful son of Abhimanyu remains the emperor of the world, there is no chance that the personality of Kali will flourish. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namavom Vishnapadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we are discussing from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 18, chapter entitled Maharaja Pariksit cursed by a Brahmana boy, the text 5. So here it is been said, Tavat kalir na prabhavet pravishto piha sarvataha yavad isho mahan urvyam abhimanyava ekarat. So as long as the great son of Pariksit Maharaj, Abhimanyu's son, as long as he was there, Kali could not enter. So he was such a great king. He was Vishnurat, as it is been told in the 12th chapter of this first canto, how he will be, because he has such great qualities and great devotion. So the qualities of Pariksit Maharaj is explained in 12th chapter, birth of Emperor Pariksit. So the Brahmanas said, O son of Pruta, this child shall be exactly like King Ikshvaku, son of Manu, in maintaining all those who are born, and as far as for following the Brahminical principles, especially in being true to his promise, he shall be exactly like Rama, the personality of Godhead, the son of Maharaj Dasharatha. This child means Pariksit Maharaj, will be a munificent donor of charity and protector of the surrendered, like the famous king Shibi of the Ushinara country, and he will expand the name and fame of his family like Bharata, the son of Maharaj Dushyant. Amongst great bowmen, this child will be as good as Arjuna. He will be as irresistible as fire and as unsurpassable as the ocean. So in this 12th chapter we can see, and it is been explained, this child will be as strong as a lion and as worthy as shelter as the Himalaya mountains. He will be forbearing like the earth and as tolerant as his parents. This child will be like his grandfather Yudhishthira or Brahma in equanimity of mind. He will be munificent like the Lord of the Kailash hill, Shiva, and he will be the resort of everyone like the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, who is even the shelter of the Goddess of Fortune. So like that there has been a list of qualities for Pariksit Maharaj. It is compared with many devotees, with Ikshvaku Maharaj, with Lord Rama, with Arjuna, Yudhishthira, Yayati Maharaj, Shibi Chakravarti, and in devotion he is compared to Prahlada. This child will be like Bali Maharaj in patience, a staunch devotee of Lord Krishna like Prahlad Maharaj. So because he is having such glorious activities and such glorious qualities, and he is personally protected by Vishnu in the womb, so Kali has no place to enter. Even it is been said, Kali tried his level best, but there was no place to enter. So just like there is a saying, there is a story in English, that even a light negligence can, the result of that is we can lose even the kingdom. There is a story. So there was a soldier, the story goes like this: there was a soldier on the end of the city. What is his duty is, he has to see if any king or if anyone is coming to attack the kingdom. What is his duty is, he has to come to the kingdom and he has to tell the king that, such a kings are coming to attack us, so be ready. So it is his duty. So one soldier was always we see also, just like in airport, we see on the four corners there will be this security personnel will be there. So they will see if something is there, they will immediately come and they will inform the military department, those who are there to fight. So just like this soldier's duty is to bring the information. If there is any attack, if he sees any signals coming from other kings or other kingdoms, so it is his duty. So he had an horse. What is the duty of this this soldier is, he has to come in that horse and he has to tell to the king. But that horse, for this horse and bulls, generally they make this iron shield for the legs, shoe socks. What do you call? We say in patti. For horses and bulls, what they do is, in order for them to function properly, so they have an iron shield. With that they put nails also, so that it can run properly, it can be healthy. So what happened in that one shoe, in that iron shield which was there, one nail was little loose, not all the nails. For each shoe there is an iron shield, and on that iron shield there will be some 4-5 mekulu, nails will be there. So one nail was loose. So what this soldier thought is, okay, what is there? It is a small nail. What, it doesn't matter. It is not a big matter. So he just left it like that, and he neglected it. What happened? Suddenly one party, one opposite team, opposite king, he came to attack this kingdom. So he is supposed to take this horse, and he is supposed to go to the king and inform him. So because that nail is already very loose, so still he was negligent, so he took the horse. So while he was going from the border to the kingdom, to the king's palace, so that shield, iron shield, it became more loose. Because the nail which was already loose, it started becoming more loose, and it fell off from that shield. Then immediately what happened, that whole shield which was there for the for that horse hoof print, so that was totally removed by that, because the horse runs fast, no, you know. So and that was removed, and slowly the horse started to limp, because when you take away that shield in one hoof, then it is on 3 legs, and it is running, but it has to limp and run. So by the time the horse came to the king, the opposite, the enemy king who is supposed to come and attack, he already came to the border and he already attacked, and by this time they were not ready, because he has to go and inform in advance so that they will be ready, so they will attack back. So by the time he went, it was delay, and due to that delay they were not prepared. So when they were not prepared, so when they came to attack, they got defeated. So it all started from where? Some one small nail was not taken care, that got what the impact of that was, the kingdom was lost just because of one nail. One kingdom was lost. That king has occupied this kingdom. So in the same way here we can see Kali, he was trying to enter Parikshit's kingdom, but tavat kalir na prabhavit. Even just like we say, no, he could not occupy a space where a needle can stand. So that much alert he was, that much sharp he was, that much focused he was, that much strong he was. He was bravery, heroic, devoted, committed, dedicated, surrendered, chivalrous. All the qualities Kalir na prabhavit. So we have to see from this example, that which story I told you, this nail example, a small thing. Sometimes in devotional service also we think, no, what is there? What is there? Hare prasadam kahenge, Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave. We have to chant and we have to honor. Sometimes what we think? Okay, what is there? Mahaprasadam ki jai. Immediately honor. And small things, no? Actually, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, sometimes we skip Panchtattva mantra. Okay, first and last will do. Continuous chanting. And seeing the deity, taking the flowers, the offered to the lotus feet of the Lord. Everything, when it becomes mechanical or casual or negligent or inattentive, even our devotional service also can get swept away. Even a small negligence. So only Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is like walking on a sharp razor's edge. So we have to be alert. Why we have to be alert is, so here the situation is, the whole Kali is everywhere. But we are not so great like Pariksit Maharaj, or we are not so great like Prabhupada to drive away Kali from the whole society. First and foremost thing what we can do is, as we can see in my heart, this is also a kingdom. Our heart is a kingdom. In this heart, so there is no place for Kali. In the serenity of our heart, हमारी हृदय का राज्य में कली का जागा नहीं होना चाहिए. So first thing is we have to see if there is any Kali sitting in my heart. Even if you give little space, छोटा space देंगे, वो क्या करेगा? पूरा आक्रमण करेगा. Just like if you go in a train, so if we have our reserved seat, one fellow will come, थोड़ा जागा दीजिए करेगा. He will come and sit. थोड़ा, or first he will sit at the end, at the corner. फिर बोलेगा मेरा बेटा है, उसको लेके आएगा, फिर उसको गोद में बेटा देगा. फिर उनको बेटा का थोड़ा नींद आएगा, फिर वो बोलेगा थोड़ा एडजस्ट कीजिए, वो थोड़ा एडजस्ट हो, थोड़ा सो जाएगा. फिर ऐसी परिस्थिति क्या हो जाएगा? कितना कब्जा हो जाएगा? वो जो रिजर्व्ड टिकट है वो बैठने का सोने का जगह नहीं है. उनकी साथ सांगो पांगा अस्त्र पार्षद के साथ वो आके क्या करेगा? आक्रमण करेगा. श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की. So like that, so we have that experience in the train, no? थोड़ा जागा देंगे, थोड़ा दया करके, कृपा करके थोड़ा जागा देंगे, वो full settlement हो जाएगा. So like that Bharata Maharaj also, no? He showed little, not with little compassion, little that material compassion towards that deer. So for that a little bit of material compassion, so what happened? 3 births he has to take. That birth was Bharata Maharaj. Next birth was deer. So the next birth is Jada Bharat. Then he spoke Bhagavatam. So just little negligence, just little material compassion. Little material compassion for a deer 3 lifetimes. So then what about us? We are all the time we are doing devotional service, which may not be so attentive or so as it is being said here. So we are almost living in Kali. As Prabhupada said, we are always in Maya, sometimes we fall in Krishna consciousness. So pure devotees, they are always in Krishna consciousness. We are sometimes some glimpses we are getting. And sometimes, all the time we are in Maya, sometimes we fall in Krishna consciousness. So it is been said, Prabhupada gives this example, just like a dry grass, wet grass and water. Dry grass. If a fire spark falls on dry grass, the dry grass will immediately catch the fire. Wet grass, it will create some smoke. So water means it is almost extinguished. So Prabhupada gives this example and he says, this wet grass is sattva guna. Sorry, wet grass is rajoguna. Dry grass is sattva guna. And tamo guna is water. So we should always be alert, be in the dry grass, in sattva guna. So that will help us, so that the dry grass will catch fire immediately. So wet grass also will catch fire, but it will take long time. It will take long time, and there will be smoke. and after a long endeavor, so much of smoke coming out, so much of inconvenience, then after it becomes dry, then it becomes qualified to get fire. So even if it is wet grass, it has to turn into dry grass. If it is in water, it is out of question. So Prabhupada says that we should always maintain sattva guna. So at this stage, to our level, to our platform, we have to maintain at least sattva guna. We have to always be conscious of sattva guna. So what are the qualities of sattva guna? What are the qualities? Sattva guna में जीना है तो क्या करना है? बोलिए. Satyam, Saucham. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita of Sattva Guna? What is the best principle? Knowledge. And what is the shloka if you want to remain yourself always in Sattva Guna? Sattvam sanjayate jnanam. Develop knowledge. So with the knowledge, what we have to do? Krishna is saying about this, what is that shloka? Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. So we got knowledge. So we are in Krishna consciousness means we got knowledge. We are not so ignorant. We know something of Bhagavad Gita, we know something of Prabhupada's teachings, we know something of the deities, everything we know. But what Krishna is saying is, if we want to maintain Sattva Guna, then we have to do our daily duties in a regulated way. So today what I am doing at this time, tomorrow also I should be doing the same thing tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Suppose if Pankaj Prabhu is 1 o'clock, where is he? 1 o'clock, this time definitely he will be studying Bhagavatam. Tomorrow if you see him, he should be studying Bhagavatam in the same time. Yesterday what he was doing, the same time he was doing the same thing. Unless the mind is trained in this way, you do one thing at a time. So unless we make a schedule, why in the schools they have a class schedule, you have to come to this time. Even in the material, even if one has to do some academic education, there is a discipline there. You have to come to school at this time. If you are late for a prayer, you are made to stand outside. Every day in school it is a big thing to handle. Those who come late for the prayer, they are made to stand outside, and the principal will come, she will give some class. Every day it happens. So for them special treatment is given. So even in the schools we can see the time is allotted. So first period, second period, then there is lunch period, then there is interval. So unless and until there is a regulation in our life, so we cannot have discipline. If we don't have discipline, then it is not possible to become a disciple. So disciple means he has to become disciplined. So if someone is not inclined to develop the habit of discipline, means doing things as they are allotted, as they are given, satovritte, as given by Prabhupada, whatever the package is given, if we are failing in doing those things, so then what happens is, then the mind becomes unsteady. The mind will be always unsteady. If we keep doing things in a systematic way, what will happen is mind becomes regulated. If your mind is regulated, then you are in Sattva Guna. Then your practice of Krishna consciousness will be very easy and very smooth. So this is the thing we need to learn. So we can see all the great people also, just like we see Prime Minister, Chief Minister, even materially, they have their time. From morning to night, at what minute they have to reach Hyderabad, at what minute they have to go and be in the program or any inauguration, at what minute they have to finish, at what minute they have to again catch flight. Everything is planned by secretary. So you can see their time they cannot do as they like. They have a schedule, whoever it is. In the same way, unless we are, as Rupa Goswami says, no, what is the symptom of a devotee who has reached ruchi or pure devotional service? That means he is very conscious of time. He is always very conscious how to spend each and every minute, every second of his time in developing love for Krishna or serving Krishna or engaging in hearing and chanting. So these things are very, very important. Unless we come to the Sattva Guna platform, as Prabhupada says, it is very difficult to do bhakti. So if we are not disciplined, if we don't have a regulated life, then what will happen is, then the mind will become unsteady. So then the mind will sell us to Maya. Just like we sell a cow, no? We sell a cow. So people sell the goats, chickens and everything. They make it, उसको अच्छा से खाना सब कुछ खिला के क्या करता है, वो एकदम बुढ़ा हो जाता है, बुढ़ा पुष्ट हो जाता है. फिर वो क्या करता है, उसको लेके जाके दूसरे को बिक्री करने, तो वो क्या करता है, वो काटेगा. So in the same way, if we are not organized with our mind, if we don't have a regulated life, then the mind, it acts as as the influence of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. It will sell us to Maya. So what Maya will do? Maya will butcher us. So here, because Pariksit Maharaj's time, the king was vigilant. He was taking care of himself and he was seeing the people also. But now we are in a Kali Yuga. We are already Kali has entered. So now we should be responsible for our own self. Like His Holiness Bhanu Swami Maharaj was giving class. He was saying, in ISKCON's scenario at present, each disciple has to take his own responsibility. Like God saves those who help themselves. Prabhupada also writes in one of his purposes. So we have to take responsibility for ourselves. So here we cannot say, just like here Pariksit Maharaj or during Lord Rama's time, if any problem was there, you go and ring the bell, why it has happened. So here our philosophy is like rope in the well. The rope is given, we have to catch the rope tightly. Our philosophy is not like, monkey catching its child or cat carrying its kitten. So in cat carrying its kitten, the kitten has no job at all. It doesn't, just kitten is simply just like that. The cat only takes the full responsibility and goes and takes from one place to another. And in monkey's case, the mother monkey is not worried. The baby monkey has to tightly hold it. And the mother monkey, whether you hold it or not hold it, the responsibility is on the baby. So, but our philosophy is, it's like rope in the well. So the rope is given, so we are in the well, and we have to catch hold of the rope. So that rope is Prabhupada's instructions. So as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yayadam Mam Prabhadyante. How much tightly you hold, how much faithfully you hold, how much seriously you hold, to that much you will be lifted up. So you cannot just say the rope is already given and you don't catch the rope and I am not saved means nobody can help you. So we have to catch the rope tightly. So in that way, if we have to, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Janma Sarthaka Kari Paropaka. So first we have to be responsible for ourselves, for my own spiritual life, for my own advancement. So Prabhupada says, who is an intelligent? An intelligent person is one who uses his intelligence to see that he is always, Prabhupada says, to keep oneself safe on the spiritual platform. Always we should see how I can keep myself safe on the spiritual platform. We should be spiritually safe. So when your foundation is very good, when you are standing, suppose you stand on a glass house and you throw stones on someone. If that fellow throws stones back, you are already on a glass house. Then you will break down. So there is a story in Christian missionaries. So there was one preacher. He was very strong preacher. He was going village to village, and he was preaching, and he was doing a lot of preaching. At last he came across a woman who is a pub dancer. So she was pub dancer means, they be in the pubs and they start dancing. And this Christian preacher started preaching heavily to that pub dancer. So, and she became a devotee. She followed, she took up Christianity and she got into Christianity. And she left that dancing in the pub, and she became his follower. And wherever he was going, they, with a team, they were going everywhere, singing, preaching the glories of God, take Bible, everywhere it was in full swing. So after 6 months, after 6 months in the village, the man who came, the pastor who was preaching, so there was news in the newspaper that this pastor is dead. Pastor has committed suicide. And from the next day, the pub dancer who has become a Christian devotee, she started to dance from the next day onwards. So the whole village was in big confusion. What has happened? They saw him, this pastor committed suicide by jumping in the lake. They found his dead body in the lake. And from the next day onwards, this pub dancer is again back in the pub, and she is dancing very enthusiastically. So the whole village was stunned. What has happened? So then they went into deep investigation. Then they found out that this person, the pastor who is preaching, he has crossed his limits of preaching. So he was also having some weakness in his heart, but he didn't understand where is his limit, where is his level of Krishna consciousness or the bhakti. So he didn't realize. He thought, I am a pure devotee. So he just got into it, and he was victimized by that woman. At last, to whom he has preached, he has taken shelter of that lady. And because he was so guilty, he could not, because to the disciple to whom he has preached, now he has committed with her a sinful activity. So he was feeling very much guilt in the heart. So he could not tolerate that. So he found a way to commit himself. So he committed suicide. And this lady, what she thought? All the preachers are like this only. They preach heavily, but internally they have so many other aspirations. So she started, next day onwards she started dancing again in the pub. So all our external activities, whatever we are doing, ultimately it has to internalize into our system. Just it has not only the external things, what we are doing, one day it has to enter into our system. It has to enter into our blood. Just like this breathing. Breathing we do, it is a part of our system. we don't make extra effort to breathe. Breathing is a part of our system. So in the same way, our Krishna consciousness our practice should be so surcharged, or it should be so intense, so it should become part of our system. Just like breathing is a part of our system, so in the same way our Krishna consciousness has to be so intense. Unless we have this Krishna consciousness as a part of our life, just like breathing, it is very difficult. Anytime we may flip and we may fall also. So we should be always alert. We should be always alert, vigilant. So that's what here we need to, because in Kali Yuga, we don't know how Maya will attack, how Kali will enter. There are many. We can turn our face only to 180 degrees. Our face can turn from this side to this side, it is only 180 degrees. But Kali is doing 360 degrees job. It is all the time, just like this camera is rotating all the time. It's vigilant. What is happening, it is taking everything. Like that, Kali is seeing us, watching us. Where I can get this fellow. He's all the time in Mangalarti. He's all the time in studying Shastras. He's all the time in Seva. He's all the time in doing something. Where I can find this fellow? So Kali is always finding him. Because Kali is doing its business. They are given the job. You go and enter. So the Kali first, it enters our heart. And the first thing which will manifest in our heart is the hypocrisy. And next is quarrel. First is hypocrisy. Maintaining cheating mentality. For small things also, we don't tell the truth. So this is very much will enter. And next is quarrel. Sometimes we see meetings. Some meetings I was heard from senior devotees, they were telling. So if the devotees are completely into Shravanam and Kirtanam, they are so absorbed. Any meetings, within 1 hour, all agendas are finished. Sometimes if devotees are not so strong into Shravanam and Kirtanam, then the meeting goes for 6 hours. And the 6 hours the meeting goes and there is no solution and there is no conclusion. It will go on and on. So only when His Holiness Bhakti Brihad Goswami Maharaj was giving holy name seminar, he was saying, when he was a temple president in Vrindavan, so any meeting happens in the temple, so he will ask that manager, so whether you have finished your 16 rounds. If the devotee has not finished his 16 rounds, then Maharaj will say, you please go, first finish your 16 rounds, then come, then we can have a meeting. So strong faith in the holy name, strong faith in Bhagavatam, strong faith in Prabhupada's instructions. So all these things, what will happen? The management or the, as Pariksit Maharaj had no problem at all. So everything was going smooth. So just like Prabhupada gives the example of this, we have the wheels in the vehicles. When you don't do oiling, साइकिल को आप ऑयलिंग नहीं करेंगे, वो क्या करेगा? थोड़ा समय के बाद में साउंड आएगा. It becomes dry because there is no greasing. It becomes dry and it starts making sound, and the pedaling also becomes very difficult. When you have greasing and when you put regular servicing, greasing, oiling, everything, then the vehicle, the cycle is also in condition and the pedaling is also very smooth. So otherwise it becomes very hard. Sometimes we have experience, no? In school we have driven cycle. When there is no oiling, both you have to put so much effort to do that. And after putting so much effort, the chain will come out. That is a big problem. After you put it, the chain will come out. And for that, you are already in white and white. In school, when you go, you are in white and white. Then you have to put your hand, no, to put that chain. The whole hand is black with grease. Then you don't know what to do, where to put. There is no water. It's a big headache. Then you go somehow to the school, first wash. There is no soap there. Then you take the mud. So much struggle. Just because you didn't do proper servicing. All the time you are into only cycling. So like that, here it is been said, when we have, the previous shloka is this, because this was so, Pariksit Maharaj was able to rule the kingdom nicely, because he has dedicated his life for transcendental topics of the personality of Godhead, of whom the Vedic hymns sing, and who are constantly engaged in remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, do not run the risk of having misconceptions, even at the time of death. So once one disciple came to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada, he told, Prabhupada, I have so many problems. This problem, that problem, that problem. Prabhupada said, you come here, sit down. So Prabhupada told you, take out your mala. Prabhupada also took mala out of it. Sit down. Then Prabhupada started to chant along with him. Chant with me. Prabhupada chanted the whole mantra, one full mantra, and after the mantra, one round is finished. Prabhupada said, your problem is solved, to go. So Prabhupada had such conviction. Any problem, immediately where we have to go to? We have to go to the holy name. We have to go to Bhagavatam. We have to go to the sound vibration. So like during the time of His Holiness Vishnujana Swami. So he was a president of the temple. So all the time we see him, no? Prabhupada was so happy with his kirtans that he used to sing as Prabhupada was singing. So Prabhupada, whenever Vishnujana Swami used to sing kirtans, Prabhupada liked to play mridanga for him. So but all the time Vishnujana Swami Maharaj was doing is, he would sit in the front seat of the car, just next to the driver. What he will do is, he will start doing kirtan. Just like Prabhupada dun, no, you see Prabhupada's Hare Krishna dun, the same way he sings. And all the devotees, by his miraculous kirtan, all the devotees would get attracted. And he would be in the car only. He would just sing, and all the devotees will come to him. He will start with one person, and there will be some 30 to 40 devotees around him. So after they come to him, he will tell them, Mataji, please can you please go to kitchen, and can you please do cleaning seva for the pleasure of the Lord. So that Mataji will immediately go. And another person, he will say, Prabhuji, can you please go to the Sankirtan, go down and takes care of the books. Then that during Kirtan only, in the between the Kirtan, he will tell one devotee to go for one seva. And all the devotees are gone. What he will do? He will do Kirtan. So that way he was president, and he was taking care of all services. And Nagar Sankirtan was happening, book distribution was happening. So the whole thing was, it was very, very amazing. Prabhupada liked him so much, and Prabhupada personally played. You can hear some of His Holiness Vishnujana Swami Maharaj's Kirtan. Prabhupada will be playing Mridanga. Prabhupada said he is Vaikunta man. So he sings, he brings the Vaikunta Vatavaran, atmosphere here. So the whole thing is how much we can bring to the atmosphere, people to the atmosphere of Vaikunta consciousness. Slowly, externally we have Vaikunta consciousness. Slowly that should get inside our system. Inside our system. Just like this virus, no? It gets into the system, that's it. All your old data is completely erased. You don't have any access. So just like that, this sattva guna is very, very important. So as long as we are in sattva guna, His Holiness Bhanuswami Maharaj says, as long as we are in sattva guna, no doubt we are conditioned, we have so many conditionings, anarthas, sins, everything is there. But you will not get influenced by it. The moment we get to Rajoguna and Tamoguna, they immediately dominate us. Sattva-guna is so important, they are there, but they will not disturb you. They are there, the conditionings are there. But by our intense practice, slowly, just like you fry these seeds, bija, then they will not sprout. So slowly by our devotion, we have to make sure that that seeds are totally burnt. So this is very, very important. So we have to strive, be conscious. So once His Holiness Jayapada Goswami Maharaj was saying, he was giving class and he was saying that he was the first, they were 11 members appointed by Prabhupada as GBC. So he was saying, out of them, many were there, many left. So he was saying, what is the one reason that I remained? He was saying, Prabhupada always gave me some task. He always kept me busy. So I was always on the task. He would give me some task and I would be always busy to get that task done. That way I am busy. Prabhupada always kept me busy. So that way, because they were so busily engaged, so there was no time for Maya. So we have to, for each and every individual, we have to see how we can have a regulated life, how I can make my schedule busy in such a way that I am always absorbed in Krishna. So Prabhupada says in one of his purposes, we should walk with Krishna. Always we should be with Krishna. Some or other. Just like you have the example of 26 gurus in 11th canto. So in that you can see there is one lady who is grinding the mortar. So she is having so many bangles. So she removes, because all the bangles are making noise, she removes all the bangles, only one bangle is left. So there it is been said, if you are with too many people, you feel the disturbance. That doesn't mean that we should not be in the association. What is the explanation to that is, even though you are with the association, you may be with everyone, but internally you should be with Krishna. Internally we should have our connection with Krishna. Chanting, hearing, reading, or doing seva, anything we should know that Krishna is within and I am doing it for Krishna. So internally one should have that connection. So otherwise we may do big thing, we may be in a big Janmashtami festival, but internally if you are not feeling the presence of Krishna, you may feel like I am insecure, like I am orphan. So internal connection with Krishna is very, very important. Internally we should. So only you see Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Machitta. Man and Chitta both are different. Man is external thing. Chitta is the internal mind. External mind is Man. Internal mind is Chitta. So one should get by this external devotional activity, slowly our devotion should enter the Chitta. So only you see Prahlad Maharaj, he says, Tadvirya Gayana Mahamruta Magna Chitta. Machitta Madgata Prana. There are so many shlokas. Krishna is speaking about Chitta. Chitta means one should internalize. So we should not be just only in the external, just like in the ocean. If we just float on the surface, what we can get? We have to dive in. We have to dive in to get the jewels. So like that we have to dive in. So we are all in ISKCON. We are all with Prabhupada. But how much we are diving in, how much deeply we are getting to get the jewels. So otherwise, no, just being on the shore, just being on the shore, we may not understand the value of ocean. So if you go into deep into the ocean, get into the ocean, then you will see so many pearls, so many valuable gems like that. Like that, this devotional service is like that. So you have to dive in, you have to get into it. So you have to swim, then deep dive, then you get gems. So like that, our Krishna consciousness should not be only on the surface level. So we should get deep in. So that way, our heart, in our heart, there is no place for Kali to enter. So that is the alertness we need to maintain. So be cautious, be alert. So that's the thing. So this is what I have understood from this shloka. So if somebody has some questions or comments or any advice, can make, you are free to make.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। मेरा एक प्रश्न था प्रभु जी कि जैसे कि हम लोग प्रभुपाद जी का बुक पढ़ते हैं तो उसका जैसे पढ़ते जैसे कि बुक पढ़ते समय मेरे को क्या बुक्स पढ़ते पढ़ते मेरे को बुक पढ़ने में उतना वो नहीं लगता है, कहते हैं उतना रुचि नहीं दिखता है। मतलब जैसे पढ़े ठीक है कल पढ़ लेते हैं बाद में पढ़ेंगे, ऐसा कि मतलब ठीक है थोड़ा पढ़ रहे तो एक पेज पढ़ के छोड़ दिया, ऐसा हो रहा है। तो इसको और कैसे अच्छे से पढ़ने का प्रयास कर सकते हैं?
सो आपके पास चार्ज नहीं है ना पढ़ने का। जो किसके पास चार्ज है, जो पढ़ता है, उनके साथ आप ही बैठो। सो इट्स बेटर दैट वी इट्स इफ इट इज़ गुड, पर्सनल रीडिंग इज ऑल्सो गुड, बट ओके। सो हम पर्सनली पढ़ेंगे, अच्छा है। हमको नहीं हो रहा है तो कृष्ण ने ये चतुश्लोकी में भगवत गीता में बताया, मच्चित्ता मद्गता प्राणा बोधयंता परस्परम कथयंतश्च माम नित्यम तुष्यंती च रमंती च। सो आपका बहुत अच्छी इस तरफ प्रभुपाद जी को पुस्तक अध्ययन करने का भक्त कौन है, उत्साह से जो पढ़ रहा है, उनकी संग ले लो, उनसे थोड़ा रिक्वेस्ट करो, प्रभु जी मैं भी आपके साथ बैठ के पढ़ना चाहता हूँ। सो दो ही लोग मिल के पढ़िए। आप एक श्लोक पढ़ो, परपट पढ़ो, वो भी एक पढ़ेगा, ऐसा दोनों मिल के पढ़ने तो कलयुग में कुछ भी हम अकेला करना बहुत कष्ट और कठिन होता है। सो हम ऐसा संग लेके, जो भी भक्तगण इसमें बहुत इंटरेस्ट और आसक्त है, उनके संग लेके, उनकी सहायता लेके हम पढ़ते रहेंगे, धीरे धीरे हमारा रुचि बढ़ जाएगा। फिर बाद में आप बिना संग से भी आप पढ़ सकता है। सो पहला हम कहाँ, अभी मेरे पास आगी नहीं है, सो आगी नहीं है तो क्या करना, दूसरा किसके पास आगी है उनके पास जाके थोड़ा संग लेने। तो हमको इस ऑलवेज एसोसिएशन इंस्पायर्स। आपको आश्रम में कोई 3-4 लोग ऐसा रहना, कई बार पढ़ते रहना, सो दूसरा लोग वो देख के थोड़ा इंस्पिरेशन आएगा। सो if you see them immediately you feel, see they are already reading, they are studying so much, why can't I read? We get that bhav. So always association inspires. We have in association some people they like to read. संग में कभी कभी होता है ना, कोई लोग अच्छा सेवा करता है, काफ़ी लोग अच्छा पढ़ता है, काफ़ी लोग अच्छा जप करता है, काफ़ी लोग भगवान को अच्छा श्रृंगार करता है। अलग अलग भक्तों के लिए अलग अलग गुण है। जो ऐसा किसको वो गुण है आप देख लीजिए, उनके साथ संग कीजिए ज़रूर आपको। और आपको ये पुस्तक पढ़ने का पीछे प्रभुपाद कितना मेहनत किया ये पुस्तक हमको देने के लिए, आपको वो ज्ञान रहना है। सो प्रभुपाद उनकी समय, उनकी जो भी वो कितना भी भ्रमण करने उनकी परिस्थिति हो, कितना भी प्रचार करने का परिस्थिति हो, और रात अपने आप नींद को त्याग करके प्रभुपाद हमारी हित के लिए प्रभुपाद ये पुस्तक हमको दिया है। सो हमको वो भाव रहना है प्रभुपाद जी के प्रति, हमारे भाव, प्रभुपाद हमको इतना कृपा किया, हमको इतना दिया है, उनके अपने आप नींद, खाना पीना सब कुछ त्याग करके हम के लिए हमको उद्धारण करने के लिए प्रभुपाद दिया है। सो ऐसी जब आपके अंदर वो प्रभुपाद जी का त्याग स्मरण करेगा, जरूर आपको पढ़ने का मन सहायता करेगा। सो ये मेरा अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, और कोई कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं तो भी बोल सकते हैं।
ठीक है प्रभु जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
हरे कृष्ण।
एक और छोटा सा प्रश्न था प्रभु जी। कभी कभी प्रभु जी जैसे बुक पढ़ने बैठते हैं तो कई ऐसे साथ में बैठते तो थोड़ा लाउडली पढ़ने का आदत होता है, तो बाकी लोग उठ के चले जाते हैं।
आप भी थोड़ा ऐसा को लाउडली पढ़ने का भक्त कोई है तो देख लो, तो दोनों मिलके कर सकता है। अच्छा है, लाउड से पढ़ने बहुत अच्छा क्वालिटी है। क्यों नो, माइंड इज ऑलरेडी वेरी, इट्स मेकिंग सो मच नॉइस इनसाइड। you make sound and you read aloud, so that will calm the mind is already too much busy inside, so loud reading is very good। हाँ, आप जोर से पढ़ेंगे वो अच्छा गुण है एक्चुअली। सो वो जो सुन रहा है वो भाग्यवान है, वो चले जा रहा है तो क्या करेंगे, वो छोड़ के वो क्या सुनेगा। प्रभुपाद जी का पुस्तक पढ़ रहा है, ये सबसे परमहंस लोग पढ़ने वाले ग्रंथ है, वो आप पढ़ाई करके उनके सुनाई दे रहा है तो वो चले जाने तो वो उनका अभाग्य है। आप अच्छा ही कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। आप दूसरा भक्त देखो, प्रभु जी मैं इस तरफ उच्च स्वर से पढ़ता हूँ, आप भी मेरे साथ बैठिए, आप भी ऐसा पढ़िए, ऐसा करके थोड़ा दोस्त देखना है।
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhuji, as we know, we are conditioned souls, so we must follow the standards which are prescribed in scriptures and said by Prabhupada. So we see sometimes devotees, they doesn't follow the standard and they say we don't have time to follow. Actually they have time to follow other activities, they don't follow the standards. So what should we do?
Why you are worried so much about them? If they don't follow, leave them. You follow, that's it. हमको ना पूरा दुनिया का उद्धार करने का परिस्थिति भगवान हमको, कृष्ण शक्ति बिना हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते। आप जाके कुछ बोलेंगे, आपकी प्रति वो शत्रु भाव बढ़ जाएगा। समझ हो रहे ना? इन कलियुगा unless you are given responsibility to tell someone anything, you tell. Otherwise don't tell. वो अपने आप दुनिया में रहने दो। So भगवान उनको जरूर, Lord will not leave anyone. That you are chanting, no? He is chanting. He is chanting Hare Krishna. Is he chanting? Lord will not leave. You don't worry about it. Just like some 3 sannyasis went from Varanasi to where? For Ganga Sagar in Kolkata. They went there. Somehow in between they lost the way. So it was Bengal actually. So they went, and there was one Mataji who was carrying water. And these 3 sannyasis, they went and they asked Mataji how to go to Ganga Sagar, Kolkata. She didn't understand because she is a Bengali. What they were speaking is Hindi. What she thought is, these 3 people are trying to, what do you say? They are trying to seduce me. So she went and told in the village. Those village people, you should see that video, they were traveling in a sumo. They put that sumo ulta. They all catch that sumo and they put ulta and they bet all these 3 sannyasis. And after the whole scene was over, the police came and everything was over, and they were given, the reporters gave mic. आप साधु लोग के, सन्यासी लोग के, आपको इस तरफ पिटाई मिल दिया, क्या करूं, आपको अभिप्राय क्या है बताइए. So those 3 sannyasis, they said, maybe in our previous life we have done something पाप, हमको उधर से इधर तक आने के बाद मेरे को मिला. So वो लोग वाराणसी में था, उधर से इधर था, इधर आके इधर पिटाई मिलना करके उनको भगवान लिख दिया. So ऐसा कोई भी कुछ गलत कर दिया तो भगवान उनको छोड़ेगा नहीं. वो कहाँ भी उनको पिटाई मिलेगा. भगवान उनको कैसे सुधारना, कब सुधारना, किसी परिस्थिति से उनको सुधारना, सब कुछ भगवान. There was one devotee in one temple. He was always notorious, all the time fighting, all the time having some sort of problem, everything. So at one fine day, so there was Krishna arranged one situation that he got sugar, BP and everything. From that time onwards, he became very much afraid of his health, and from that time to every Vaishnava, Prabhuji please, Prabhuji मेरा तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, थोड़ा भगवान के प्रार्थना करो. उनको इतना स्वभाव था, उतना what you say, he was fighting with everyone, but he became very humble. So we thought, see, Lord can make anyone, so just we have to tolerate. So if possible we can tell to his authority, or otherwise mind your own business, that's it.
Like एक फॉलो नहीं करते, अब दूसरे देखे तो भी वो भी फॉलो नहीं करते, सो सब लोग ऐसे ही हो जाते.
Then you have to tell to your authority, whoever is there, Prabhuji, this devotee in a community, he is behaving like this. So by seeing him, other people also becoming slackened in their Krishna consciousness. So you go and tell to his authority. So he will take care. Our thing is, in Kali Yuga, you don't expect everything to be pakka. इसका बीज में ही अब करना पड़ेगा. Okay? Just like always Radhesham Prabhu gives the example of this diamond. If you want this diamond to shine, it will be crushed in the mission with the stones. If you think that this crushing should not be there, then that diamond will never shine. This will be there with devotees. That we have to tolerate. Oh, I see रहेगा. You don't expect here all to be pure devotees. Prabhupada said this ISKCON is for Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Chandala, Yavana, Pulkasha, Abhira. The 10th class is there, no? 10th class. 10th class means downtrodden. You should expect all people from that class only. From that class means they have so many diseases. If the diseases will comes out in the form of symptoms. If one person is making vomiting, you don't go and slap him. Why are you vomiting? Will you slap him? Because he is already diseased. Because the diseased condition he is vomiting like that. So doctor will not slap him and he will say, why are you vomiting? Doctor sees how to give him treatment. Just like that, we should see that devotee is in the shower or not. वो शवर में है तो पानी का शवर में है तो आप चिंता मत करिए. एक दिन नहीं है तो दूसरा दिन वो ठीक हो जाएगा. If he is not in the shower, then that is a problem. If he is not under treatment of the doctor, then there is a problem. If he is under doctor, if he is under treatment, it will take time. What Prabhupada said, it will take time. Fan example Prabhupada gave. Just like it will take time for people from many lifetimes. It's not one lifetime. Millions of lifetimes we are in this material world. It will take time. So we should have lot of patience. We should have lot of patience. Prabhupada went to Africa. So they tried his dhoti in the outside. One disciple, he doesn't know that Guru's dress should not be worn. It should be worshipped. So he put that dhoti. And Prabhupada didn't, after taking his bath, he didn't have dhoti to wear. So he took some other disciple's dhoti and he wore that, and he came and he saw that another disciple who was sitting in front, he was wearing Prabhupada's dhoti and he was sitting in the Bhagavatam class. So Prabhupada had to start his class telling that, Guru's clothes should not be worn. It should be respected. Like that, to that level Prabhupada was tolerating. We need to tolerate. So also one time Prabhupada, once he was going from, whole day he was preaching. So he was going back to temple in the night after finishing all his preaching activities. So there was one bhakta as a driver. He doesn't know the glory of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada was very hungry. Prabhupada asked, is there anything to eat? So actually that devotee doesn't know how to treat Guru. So he had one apple. I have one apple. So Prabhupada said, he give. What he did, he was also hungry. He ate half of his apple and he gave that half to Prabhupada to eat. Prabhupada took it, tolerated. Like that, this and all, now whatever you see here, this all nothing. ये कुछ भी नहीं है. प्रभुपाद जी का समय आप देखेंगे, आपका दिमाग एकदम कैसे प्रभुपाद इसको सहन किया. That too not Indians, all Westerners. So it's not so easy. But Prabhupada handled everyone just by his purity, by Bhagavatam. You can see, just by that Prabhupada handled everything. So we need to have lot of patience. When we are in the devotees association, we should have lot of patience. So आपको उतना कृपा करना है तो, so if you are so much worried about the devotee, so you can chant one round for him. You can pray for Radha Madhav. कौन मना करेगा क्या? Is there any authority telling you? You should not chant more than 16 rounds. No one is stopping you. You can chant. So we can see a spiritual way of helping him. So we can talk to authorities. So with all that also there will be, this material world this is a disturbing place. It will be like this only. We have to, only Krishna can dance on a stage which is also dancing. We cannot dance. Krishna's stage is also dancing and Krishna is also dancing. That is Kaliya Nritya. So both are dancing. So we are not on that level. So we surrender to Krishna. Krishna will dance. So we have to make our mind unto the lotus feet of Krishna. Hare Krishna, it's already late. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.